work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey, yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
On the double.
Hey, tight that. There you go.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now, after this sack, it's way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. They'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game? Centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy, take care of the football, we're on the road. You're a youngster, let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you, move on. Long way to go in this one.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Escaping the pressure right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all, and you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Check. Fresno. Slam. Sponge. No. SOS.
Now Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kareem Martin able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker, Justin Tucker, out onto the field. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. A big play there for Cincinnati. 45 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. This is the rookie from Oklahoma State, Justice Hill. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Pretty quiet. Mike, 36. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Check 3. Shift.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Flush to his right. And his pass incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Throwing again. Forced out to his left. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs. Give them 17 on that pickup.
1st and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Alert 3. Hey, switch game on. You got tape. Hey, right there. Shoot.
To throw is Jackson. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jackson. Flushed out right. And going deep for Hill. He's got it with the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Second and 11. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know what they've always said? I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Here's Jackson. He'll try and run it. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Well, everyone in this stadium knows Jackson can do that as well as any QB in the league. Well, they talked about limiting some of his running this year, especially the design runs, but he's still going to scramble when he feels he has green in front of him. He led all quarterbacks last year, 695 yards rushing, and keep in mind 80% of those came in the 7-game stretch when he was named starter late in the season. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be second and 11. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it second down and 11. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it second down and 11.
Watch a slap, watch a slap, watch a slap.
On second and 11 now. Jackson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Hey, check, off. Motion out of the backfield. Mike, 36.
Here's Jackson on third and long. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's a second missed field goal here in this first half. He'll have to think about that going forward. Maybe time for a little soul-searching as well.
Yeah, the head coach might be looking towards the heavens because you wonder if this will affect the fourth down decision-making going forward. If you get 4th and 3, 4th and 4, situations that used to be calls for the kicker might get a second thought.
So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Give the sack there to Jake Ryan.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Now, that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
Who was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
Set, ready? 90, walk.
Second and 13. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Calais Campbell, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down. Went backwards. It's third and very long.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
He'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
So it looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Check 43. Kill.
Check 13.
Here's Jackson to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Kareem Martin picks up his second sack of the afternoon. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Line 36. Watch the pass. Check safety. Go. On your team.
Throwing on second and long. Jackson escaping the pressure right. He finds an opening past the 40. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2, much more manageable. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down, makes it manageable now.
Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. Now watch one. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Ricky. Yeah. Check 3.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Flush to his right. He uncorks it for Snead. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There was nothing available there for him.
That's got to be a long day. Mike's 54.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this.
Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Williams. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
He finds his running back, Mixon.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch, just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9.
What you got, baby? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Little Mike 52. Mike 52. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Hey, exit.
Check 52 to Mike.
Pilot, 64.
Looking to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash.
Hey, check 24.
Squeeze.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop them here on third down. Throwing is Jackson. Flushed out right. He wants it all for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
He's got a man. Complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
First down, Bengals.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Back to throw here. He's going to fire one deep, middle of, and now here is another interception. Picked off inside the 10. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Eluding the pressure right. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Check three, check three, check three. Shit! Go. He's crashing. Let it go.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Being chased out left. Snead's got it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Well, Snead figures to be an important veteran presence for Lamar Jackson. 2 years ago, it was a disappointing 2017 for Snead. That was in New Orleans. But then had a bit of a bounce-back campaign a season ago in his first go-around with Baltimore. 62 catches, 650 yards. Did have surgery in the offseason on his left index finger, but back to full health and ready to go. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Tried to get it to Willie Snead there. That'll bring up second down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 45-yard line.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a first and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll go with Hill here on first down. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Sean Williams that time in on the stop. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again second and 10. Here's Hill one more time. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it third and 10. He gets nothing on back-to-back runs, so now you're dealing with a third and 10 and probably a passing play.
I would agree with that, and I would highly suggest to the play caller, check a different part of that section on your play sheet because his first two runs didn't help you at all. Find someone else who can touch the ball and maybe move it downfield.
Escaping the pressure right, and this is going to be incomplete. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the second time.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter three, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned.
There goes Green, the 40. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 30-yard line.
Ready. Get the flag. 55. Hayward. Here we go. D. All day. Defense. All day. All day. Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Turn it up. One. Slam.
On second and 11 now. Jackson. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Shoot. 36. six. Yeah. Come on. Tight go. Check nickel. Say. Big gas. Delta.
Jackson. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. Jackson, always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago.
Under the category of obvious, you hate giving up a first down on 3rd and long. And somehow, he finds his way downfield and picks it up.
If you look at the coverage defensively, oh, this is great, but no one accounted for him at the quarterback spot.
At some point, you actually have to tackle him and get him on the ground short of the first down marker.
Jackson now, eluding the pressure right. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 23 yards, the final tally. For Lamar Jackson, his first NFL start came against the Cincinnati Bengals November 18th in Baltimore of last year. And he threw for 150 yards, ran for 119 more as the Ravens won 24-21 to kick off what became a 6-1 final stretch that got him the AFC North title. Now it's Jackson. Throws right side, and that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Jackson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Right there.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Pass incomplete.
Jackson on the keeper. Incomplete on the throwaway. It's now 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
We got it. Mike spot 4. Bring it. Mike's 50 to go.
Jackson to throw again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. From 19 yards away as the Ravens push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. He's got Green. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. This quarterback now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. C.J. Uzomah, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. So they get the score still down, but bottom line is they kept themselves in the game.
They did keep hope alive, Brandon. That's exactly what they did. Now they've got to deliver and finish things off.
Bullet good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Kareem Martin getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson now, throwing on 3rd and long. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what
a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. Dancing to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times. In the Knicks case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Play action. It's Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
54, right there. 54, Mike. I'm here all day. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Hey, I'm coming after you. Check. Squeeze. Check out.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Throwaway and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 20.
Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Check. He's coming. We got double up.
Throwing now is Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Hey, Orbit.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll look to throw here. And no! It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape.
Ready, 54. Mike, 54.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Here's Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Let's go now. 70, Indy.
Here we go, D. Here I come.
Defense.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. And Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Ravens, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.